Good evening, football fans. It's time once again for Lakin Bronx football on Lakin Bronx Sports on Utah Sports. These webcasts would not be possible. The Lakin Bronx versus the Stratford Elks is proudly brought to you by the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank, the agency of Lakin and Garden City, Farm Bureau Financial Services of Lakin, Nikki Harris, Flashbacks Diner of Lakin, Lakin Drug, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wechter, the Golden Plains Credit Union, the Lakin Recreation Commission, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, along with the Kearney County Community Development Ralph Goodnight, Hendricks Welding Brad Hendricks, Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy Fred Ritzema, D-Bach Metals, and the Stampede. Off we go to the Lone Star State and Stratford, Texas, with the owner of LakinSports.com and the voice of Lakin High Sports, Mr. Brett Hendricks.
And a good Friday evening. Welcome to LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks with you. Thanks for joining us tonight for Bronx football. The Bronx on the road to face the Stratford Elks. A warm evening for football here in Stratford. Temperature at 100 degrees. Can't wait for the sun to go down. It'll cool off a little bit when the sun goes down, but unusually warm weather here in the Midwest. I think they said the norms are 85, and today it was like 102. So not really what you would call football weather, but we're here at Stratford, Texas, nonetheless, getting ready to battle up with the Elks. Now we're joined by the play-by-play voice of Bronx football, J.D. Ham, and it's enough to make an old man sweat, huh?
Well, I'll tell you what, I had to walk around the track over there to the restrooms and back across. So we're really happy about that. So the new press box here, we like it. We're in the air conditioner.
Yeah, it's got air conditioning. So,
well, let's get going, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, your pregame, I can't even talk tonight again. Pregame sponsor is Lakin Drug of Lakin.
At Lakin Drug, their mission is simple. They strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
And thank you very much, Lakin Drug, for being on board. Let's get going. The Lakin Coach interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services.
Farmers, they're the lifeblood of America. The men and women who tackle the toughest jobs to put clothes on our backs and food on our tables. They might do it quietly, but their genuine values and tireless work ethic are an inspiration to us all. Some might say farming is a thankless occupation, so that's why we're taking the time to say thanks. Farm Bureau Financial Services, protecting what matters most.
I'm Farm Bureau Agent Nikki Harris of Lakin, and I'm proud to support America's farmers.
And welcome back to LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks with you. Glad you could join us tonight for Bronx football. Tonight, the Bronx are in Stratford, Texas, to take on the Stratford Elks. Now we're joined by Bronx head coach Chris Bamberger. And, Coach, a big opening season win last week. I'll take it. Any coach will take 63 points in your opener.
Yeah, I'll take 63 points any time of the year. But yes, it's nice to know that you could put up enough offense to score that many points. But ultimately, the biggest thing is how well do we execute and how well do we do the things that we were supposed to do. And so once the happiness of the win wears off, then you start looking at how do we get better.
And the thing is, with one game, there's going to be mistakes. You expect it. The kids even expect it as much as they want to be perfect. But the first time out, there's going to be some issues. And the only thing I saw last week was, a lot of penalties that need to be shored up. But other than that, I thought as far as both sides of the ball, offense, defense, got some special team scores as well. Overall, a well-rounded win by all sides of the ball.
Yeah. I think Coach Snyder always used to say you need to win at least two phases of the game in order to win, and I felt like we definitely handled ourselves very well in all three phases, and I think that's where the big points come from. When you put all three phases together, that's usually where the big numbers show up.
And the big numbers showed up last week, and we touched on the post game last week, but I thought both lines of scrimmage, Lakin did a good job on both sides of the line on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's going to be a big key for us every single week, and that's probably where my eyes are going to spend the most of their time, watching the offensive and defensive lines, especially the offensive line, and we felt like it was a positive start. We're still trying to find the right mix with those guys. We do have, with exception of Chris obviously getting hurt, but we've had some numbers and some guys that have really worked hard to try to earn some snaps. So, we're trying to find the best fit and, trying to get guys that have really earned snaps, get them on the field and make sure that, we get everybody involved.
And it has to be disappointing, especially for Chris. First game, first snap on the offense, and he goes down with an injury. But are you able to give us a quick update of how he's doing?
Well, as far as I know, the most recent conversation I had with him, he was feeling good. Things were feeling better. He was still feeling a little bit of pain here and there, but he felt like they were starting to get that under control with him a little bit. So that was the biggest thing. Just looking forward to getting him back around and the kids. And he's kind of a social kid. He doesn't really come out of his shell a lot, but it's definitely one that you miss not having around.
And it's really sad because nobody wants to see injuries. And you work all summer, the sweat and working out all, getting up in the morning, going to weights, you're out there, 100-degree weather in the afternoons or at camps or whatever, then first snap, it's like, boom, now you're out for the year. And that really has to be disheartening. But the one good thing about it is glad he is doing well, getting better, and he'll just have to let it heal and be back to it.
Yep. He's a resilient kid. Yep. I'm confident that he'll do everything he needs to do to get himself back where he wants to be, and that's how he got himself on the field in the first place. Is he went to work. He worked hard in the summer. He went to work in the fall, and so obviously he'll get himself back whenever he needs to.
On offense last week, of course, we talked about it. Servando Gonzalez, third-year starter at quarterback, always a great luxury for any coach, but 120 yards on the ground really well.
He did, and that's something that we obviously anticipated with him, and he's going to need to have a big week every week. With the quarterback, I tell him it's a lot like a point guard in our offense, and most offenses. As a quarterback, you have to make decisions on the fly really fast with the ball in your hands, and you got to get the ball where it's supposed to be. And I felt like he did a good job with that. Obviously, with his legs, he's fast, he's athletic, he's really gotten strong. So, something that we obviously have to continue to utilize, on the field, Servando's weapons and what he brings to the team.
Alan Martinez was the big workhorse for the team last year, but didn't really need to be Friday night against Elkhart. But still, he's one of those. Anything can happen when he gets his hands on the football.
Yeah, and you never know. Like I think, hopefully at least the beauty of the offense is, depending on how they defend us is, it might be dependent on which guy gets the lion's share of the reps or the yards or whatever. And so, with the way that the Elkhart was defending us, the way that the plays were working, those were Servando's calls at that time, and so he got them. But yeah, we're confident when Allen's number's called, he's going to take care of business as well.
One thing I noticed last week was special teams. Omar only had to punt one time last week, but watching him go, he's really punting the ball well. Hasn't really had to utilize it in the game so far, but I was impressed with the kicking game last week.
Yeah, and you know what? He's invested some time. It's not just been something that he showed up in the fall. He's been working through the summer a little bit, and he stayed after practice a couple times, and so that's been something that he's invested some time in, and so obviously I think it will.
Yeah, and the kicking game, the kickoffs with Curto, what a strong leg he's got.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise the first time we got to watch him tee up the ball. He really has a leg, and obviously that's a huge thing. And down here in Texas, the rules are a little bit different. You can actually bring a ball out of the end zone.
Oh, okay.
But we'd like to think that obviously kicking it deep is always better than kicking it short if that's what you're trying to do is kick it deep. So hopefully he can continue to do that.
That was exciting to see last week for sure. Your opponent tonight, the Stratford Elks, and anybody that's ever followed Texas football, and especially down here in the Texas Panhandle, Lakin has played Stratford before, played Stratford last year, but a very strong football tradition.
Yeah, you just watch them and you can see that they're well coached, they're very disciplined, they're very sound. It's like they just they're a football team that just does everything right. And, that's something that, you'd like to see how you stack up against, obviously, knowing that they're going to be a good matchup. And, they came into Lakin last year and they were tough again. And they're every bit as tougher that, at least on film this year. And so, obviously we know we got our work cut out for us.
And last year, that game in Lakin, it was a good football game until there at the end, a couple mistakes by the Broncs down the stretch made that outcome a lot worse than what it was, but it was a really good football game. So hopefully the kids can remember last year, hey, we were in a ball game. They put their pants on just like we do, and, that's why you play the game. Anything can happen, but it is definitely a football tradition down here, that's for sure.
Yeah, you can see it, and it's a great experience for these kids.
Sure.
I told our kids, Brett, when I was in high school, I don't know if we would have been ready for it, but I was definitely, I would have loved an opportunity to play at Texas school. It's, Texas is football. When you think of football,
yeah,
you hear a lot about Texas, and for the right reasons. But, these kids have an opportunity to come up and stack up against them. And so I told them, you guys get an opportunity that, I never got as a player. And I think it's even neat as a coach to come down here and have a Texas school. And obviously, we know it's going to be a challenge. They're a good football team, and traditionally this is a good football team, and so we don't take it lightly by any means, but definitely try to treat it as such. A neat opportunity for us to come down here and see a new venue and see how they do it down here.
Exactly. Other than it's a little warm, it's going to be a little warm at kickoff. Beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for a better night here in Stratford for a football game. Coach, as always, thank you for coming up and joining us. I wanted to cut the pregame short a little bit, but I'm still running on almost 9 minutes with our interview here, so time flies when you're having fun. But best of luck tonight, Coach. As always, thanks for coming up and talking with me, and we'll talk to you when we're done.
Thanks, Brett. We appreciate you.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Coach. That's Bronc head coach Chris Bamberger as the Broncs get set to battle the Stratford Elks here in Stratford, Texas. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll continue with our pregame right after this.
At Farm Bureau, we make it easy to protect the important things, like your home, family, and future.
I'm Farm Bureau agent Nikki Harris in Lakin, and I make insurance simple. One policy lets you combine and save when you protect your home, cars, motorcycle, all your toys. And one deductible can cover everything if you have a loss. I can show you how simple insurance can be. Contact me, Nikki Harris, your local Farm Bureau agent today.
Farm Bureau makes insurance simple.
And thank you very much, Nikki. We appreciate your support here of LakinSports.com and Lakin High School Sports. It's time now for your league outlook, and that's brought to you by Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
And welcome back to LakinSports.com. Brett Hendricks along with J.D. Ham. Thanks for joining us for Broncs football tonight. We continue our pregame with what's going on around the High Plains League. And here's some results from last week. A barn burner in Southwestern Heights as Southwestern Heights defeated Stanton County 6-0. Syracuse down Sublette 35-8. In 8-man football, Wichita County all over Hoxie 56-6. And, of course, the game you saw right here on LakinSports.com, Lakin Broncs Sports YouTube. Lakin 63 and Elkhart 6. Week 2 games tonight. Southwestern Heights. They're 1-0 on the season. They're just up the road from us here tonight. They are at Texoma, and Texoma comes in at 1-1. Syracuse Bulldogs 1-0. They're at Elkhart. Elkhart winless on this young season. Battle of two 0-1 teams. Sublette is at Stanton County. Waukene-Trigo County in 8-man division is at Wichita County. Wichita County, of course, 1-0. In our game tonight, of course, the Broncs 1-0 in the season. Stratford, Texas, already playing their third game of this season. They are 2-0 on the season. The High Plains League Outlook brought to you by Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
We are back at Stratford, Texas now. Pre-game tonight. Time for This Week at Lake School, brought to you by the great supporters of Lakin High School, the Stampede.
Stampede, a great organization raising money and not only helping the Bronx athletics, but any activity in the high school, whether it's band music, even forensics, the school musical, all the activities that go on at Lakin High School, and of course the big fundraiser every April, and that is the Stampede. And a lot of money raised every year for the cause of supporting Lakin High School, not only athletics but activities. Let's see what's going on at Lakin High School. A full slate going on. This past Tuesday, volleyball at Lakin once again. They swept Wichita County, Stanton County, and Syracuse in a High Plains League quadrangular, and they improved to 5-1 on the season with those sweeps of those schools. Girls golf was at Goodland. Allie Mead finished at 15th medalist with a 115. Inez Gonzalez a 138, Megan Vargas a 138. They both tied for 38th place. Last night, volleyball was at Dodge City. The Lady Bronx defeated Dodge City in 3 sets. They swept Sublette and lost to Hayes in straight sets, and the Lady Bronx 7-2 on the season. Girls golf was at Cimarron. I did not get any results from that meet, and we'll pass those on maybe next week if we can run across those. Next week at Lakin High School, tomorrow the cross-country team is at Tribune Greeley County Invitational. Monday, JV football has been canceled, but there is a varsity triangular. Lady Bronx varsity volleyball hosting Scott City and Goodland on Monday. Then on Tuesday, the Lady Bronx volleyball team goes to Southwestern Heights for a High Plains League quadrangular there, and girls golf is at Ulysses. As more events are scheduled, we'll try to keep you updated here on our pregame, and you can check all of the websites, Lakin High School USD 215, Facebook page, websites, you name it, we'll keep you posted. Brought to you by the Stampede, and thanks to the Stampede for all they do for Lakin High School. Now our starting lineups, brought to you by the agency when we come back.
Some commercials make it really tempting to buy cheap insurance. That's great if price is the only thing that's important to you. The agency believes cost is important, but protection is what you're really paying for. Rely on the agency to build the policy that protects your property at a price you can afford. Call the agency today at 620-355-6789.
Starting lineups tonight, we're just going to go with Lakin. I was not able to get starting lineups for the Stratford Elks, but you know what? We're all about Lakin, so that's what we're going to concentrate on here tonight. Starting on the offensive line at center is Omar Gonzalez. At right guard, Darian Edgington. At left guard, making the start for Christopher Chavez, who was injured in the opener last week. Eden White will make the start for the Bronx in that spot. At right tackle, Cedar Brown. And on the left side at left tackle is Caden Mings. The wide receivers, Maddox Beltran and Curtis Beam. At fullback, Alan Martinez. Martinez 50 yards rushing on the ground 1 week ago in that win over Elkhart. At the slot backs, freshman Coulter Oldham. Oldham with his first varsity touchdown in that win over Elkhart. And the other slot back, Connor Hudson. Connor a week ago, 4 carries, 35 yards, 8.8 yards per carry average. He starts at the other slot. And Servando Gonzalez at quarterback. Servando, a big game last week, 9 carries, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 13 yards on the average per carry for the senior quarterback for the Bronx. The coaches for Lakin, Chris Bamberger, the head coach, the assistants, Chris Pollard, Travis Johnson, Wyatt Giroux, Bryce Simon. That's our starting lineups brought to you by the agency. Now we'll look at some keys to the game. Yeah, we have still a few more minutes to go, JD, and keys to the game. You know, I always look at keys to the game, and it always seems to be a broken record. You want to cut down on mistakes. Don't give teams second opportunities, things like that. But I think one of the things, the key to the game tonight, the Bronx had a 2.5-hour road trip on the bus, so try to put that out of your mind, get ready to play football, and forget about the team on the other side. Stratford, a big Texas football tradition. Don't worry about it. Come out and just relax and play football.
Yeah, and I agree. And one of the things you don't want to do is let Stratford jump all over you real early.
Exactly.
The longer you can hang with them, the more they're going to get discouraged, and the more confidence the Lakin Bronx will get they can play with these guys. These guys are rated number 7 in the state of Texas in Class 2A, Division II. So they're rated 7th. But, they won 61 points. Lakin had 60 up last week. So you don't know. You don't know. Now, across this field, this is Bermuda grass. It's very thick Bermuda grass. It's very tangly Bermuda grass. So you're going to have to make sure you pick up your feet tonight. If you're not used to running on this Bermuda grass, it can tie you knots sometimes. So
exactly.
Something they're going to have to adjust to. Down the middle of the field, it's kind of worn down a little bit, but on the outside, it's really thick, tangly Bermuda grass. So the kids are going to have to be aware of that.
A lot Lakin.
Absolutely. So, I just think don't let them jump on you early. Play them hard, play them tough. And anything can happen.
Yeah.
I think Lakin might be a little better football team. Some people think they are. So we're going to see what happens.
And last week, Lakin and Stratford was a good football game at Lakin until late in the game. And Stratford ended up pulling away 38-16. But 2 late touchdowns in that game. And the Bronx made a couple mistakes, had a penalty, had a turnover in bad situations. And Stratford capitalized on it. So, right then it was a 24-16 game until that happened. Right. So, moral victories, I don't know that I really believe in moral victories, but Lakin at the time was giving Stratford all they wanted, and Stratford, just being the veteran team, came out on the end. So, like I said, more than anything tonight, just come out, relax, have some fun, and play some football.
And conditioning is going to play a big part tonight, too.
Yes, stay hydrated.
It's going to be huge.
Yes, exactly. Stay hydrated because it is very hot down there. And that's the thing. Cramps could become an issue tonight just because of the temperatures. So,
Okay, your starting lineup keys to the game been brought to you by the agency.
Experience the best in customer service when you call the agency for an insurance quote. The agency can provide insurance coverage to meet your needs. Protect your financial future by calling the agency at 620-355-6789.
And thank you very much to the agency. Your pregame sponsor tonight was Lakin Drug.
Strive to provide professional pharmacy services with hometown hospitality. Lakin Drug's experienced staff leads with compassion and utilizes modern technology to fit all of your individual needs. Whether it's prescription medications or over-the-counter products, Lakin Drug has the answer to all of your questions. Lakin Drug at 610 O'Loughlin Street in Lakin is a proud supporter of the community of Lakin and Lakin schools.
And we are back at Stratford. Your pregame, we did that. Your pregame sponsor was Lakin Drug. Thank you very much. Your first quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
Home improvements that have had to wait. The dream vacation your family deserves. Even college tuition. Garden City State Bank can help you make it all happen now, not someday. With a home equity line of credit, you can borrow up to 90% of the value of your home, and the interest may be tax deductible. Plus, there are no closing costs, no application fees, and no annual fees. A fast, easy, convenient home equity line of credit from Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank. Subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And thank you very much. We're getting ready for the national anthem. The teams are on the field. Lakin tonight is in white and in all blue with white numbers tonight, the Stratford Elks. So we're getting ready for that homecoming night here in Stratford.
And, during all of that, all the captains out at the midfield, I didn't see who won the toss, who's going to receive, who's going to kick. I didn't even see it. So, you know what? I guess we'll find out soon enough. But we're going to pause now for the playing of our national anthem, I believe by the Stratford Elk Marching Band.
And very good by the Stratford High School band. The national anthem did a great job there. So we're about ready to play football here. This is an east-west field. So the team on the east side of the field will be looking into the sun for about an hour. That should be about the first half. So we'll see who's going to play on which end or what, because we were so busy up here getting everything hooked up and ready to go. We had quite a hike over here from the parking lot to get here, up the stairs, get situated in this new booth with that air conditioner blowing on my back. It is a tough job tonight. Smith's going, don't tell everybody.
No, we're supposed to let everybody think we're suffering.
Oh, okay. It's 100 degrees here today, and it's just miserable up here in the booth. I mean, the flies are even dying. It's so hot in here.
Looks like Lakin will kick off to start the ball game. Lakin will be in the white uniforms, purple letters and numbers trimmed in gold, going from our left to our right in this opening quarter. Thanks for joining us for Bronx football here tonight. Glad you're joining us on Lakin Bronx Sports YouTube, and we are part of lakinsports.com. So looking forward to it.
Aitor Curto getting ready to kick off, and the first one he kicked off last week at Lakin went 70 yards right out of the back of the end zone, and I went, wow, they got a good one here. So he's down on the field. He's teeing the ball up, getting ready to kick off. So get ready, Lakin fans. We're going to find out what's going to happen here in the great state of Texas.
One thing to remember, like Coach Bamberger said, in Texas, if the ball is in the end zone, you can return it.
Curto kicks it, and this one kind of comes up short for him, but it hits and finally picked up at the goal line. They're coming out about the 20, and boom, man, oh,
what
man.
a collision.
Out to about the 20-yard line. Somebody got hurt.
And Lakin's player is still down.
Wow,
that was Curtis Beam. And I'll tell you what, Aitor Curto was in on that play too, and he's up a little shook up.
Wow.
Aitor looks like he's trying to catch his breath, but what a collision on that return was Drew Jones.
Of course, Aitor, I don't know where he's from, but it's he's south of the border. And yeah, he's kind of got the air let out of him. He might have just got a good education in American football.
Kickers don't go down and make tackles, man.
And we hope that the player for Lakin that's down, Curtis Beam, we hope it's just air knocked out of him. And the way he's acting, I think it is the way the coaches are looking. And if you've never had the wind knocked out of you, you haven't lived. There's nothing worse feeling in the world. You try to suck in and nothing will come in. You try to breathe out and nothing will go out. And it basically concusses your diaphragms, what it does. It makes all the air come out of your lungs.
Well, let's hope that's all there is. But there's a trainer out there from Stratford checking him out. But I'll tell you, what a collision.
Wow. I mean, that was rock'em sock'em robots right there. Wow. And the way he's going to get up, I think maybe he just had the air let out of him.
Yeah, he's a little ginger getting up, so.
I mean, that was an impact. He hit him, and the running back came clear out over the left side before he went down.
Yeah.
So, man, that was okay. He's kind of holding his arm a little funny there.
Yeah, so we'll wait and check on Curtis Beam.
He's pretty woozy there. They'll do a concussion protocol on him, and we hope he's okay and he gets back in the game. But they're always careful with that stuff anymore. Very, very careful with that. So Curtis Beam, the wide receiver, coming out. He's still pretty woozy.
So Stratford, first and 10.
First and 10 for Stratton in the shotgun single, running back in the backfield with the quarterback. He goes to turn up field, and Lakin had him by the ankle, and they bring him down for, he made about 8 yards on that play.
Cody Rennie on the carry has 235 yards on the season, has scored 4 touchdowns. He averages 8 yards per carry. Stratford as a team averages 8 yards per carry on the ground.
Wow.
And right there, 10 yards. He's got a first down already.
So here they come, trip receivers out to the left side for the Stratford Elks. On the snap, handoff up the middle, and he's going to get the first down and a couple more yards. That's about it. So it's going to bring up, he had the first down.
Yeah,
so it's going to bring up second down and 8.
About 2 or 3 on the carry. So Stratford's second down and 8. Try to get my down and distance going. Pass is complete to Luke Braden.
Off the left side.
And it's going to be enough for the first down at the 45-yard line of Stratford.
Then Luke Braden, he's a junior wide receiver, and he is 6'5", 190 pounds. So that's a handful for defensive backs to defend.
And I'm trying to get my
receiver to the left, quarterback keeper right up the middle. Look out, he could be off to the races, and he got tripped up on a good shoestring tackle by Servando Gonzalez.
Cody Rennie. A dual threat, actually, at quarterback, 235 yards on the ground, but he's also got 232 yards through the air.
I thought he was gone. So split them out to the right, very methodical. The Stratford Elks, two running backs in the backfield now. Receivers on both end, turn around, hand off the I-back, goes to the right side, splits between two tacklers, shoots to the outside, still on his feet, and down he goes, and that was Drew Jones, the senior 175-pound running back.
Drew Jones, the second leading rusher on this team with 133 yards, has scored a touchdown, but he averages 11 yards per carry.
Wow. So they got players averaging 8, players averaging 11, and the team's averaging 8. That's pretty awesome.
Stratford pretty methodical, just big chunks of yardage on their offense on this opening drive, deep in Lakin territory.
Split twins out to the left, one to the right. On the snap, Stratford straight up the middle, and not a lot there.
Zane Burr on the carry that time, the fullback for Stratford.
So Stratford now sends trip receivers out to the left, quarterback keeper up the middle, still on his feet, and goes in for the touchdown standing up. So he ran that in from about the 15-yard line, and the touchdown is good. That is a good offensive line. So they're going to kick for the extra point. Kicking the ball will be Andre Duran. Kick is up.
Good.
And it is good. So with 9:14 left in the first quarter, is now Stratford 7 and Lakin 0. Lakin possession coming up. Their first possession of the night. This will be kind of a telling tale right here. Got a pretty good crowd from Lakin. Made the trip down here tonight. Of course, we got the cheerleaders out front, normal everything. So Stratford and Lakin still in their huddles. That's pretty good-looking offensive team there.
Good offensive drive. Stratford, around 79, 80 yard on that opening drive. But like I said, they got offensive yardage in big chunks.
Now, is Cody Ryan the Rennie?
Rennie.
Rennie? Is he the quarterback?
Yep.
Yep. So Lakin back to receive.
We only saw one pass attempt, and that was complete to Luke Braden. But Stratford can mix it up and throw the football, but they didn't need to on that opening drive.
Servando Gonzalez back deep for Lakin. Lakin actually has 4 players back deep. That is interesting.
Servando and Maddox Beltran. Actually, Servando and Connor Hudson are the 2 up men.
Yep.
Maddox is deep along with Junior Gonzalez.
Here comes the kickoff. It is up, and they knew what they were doing. They got it. Servando with the ball, looking for a place to go. Cuts back up the middle. Good pursuit by Stratford, and he gets the ball out to about the 29-yard line, I believe. Where we first and 10 for Lakin, their first possession on offense for the night.
I'll tell you what, one thing about it, I'm already spoiled from being at Lakin, where the yard and line numbers are on the field, the hashes are marked, everything's there.
And
get a little spoiled already.
Yeah, we don't have any hash marks here, so you're kind of taking a guess out there looking between the yard markers sometime. So here comes Lakin out over the ball. They're going to split a wide receiver out to the right side. That's Maddox Beltran. At quarterback, of course, number 3, Servando Gonzalez. Up, somebody jumped. Lakin with the ball, hand up off the middle, and I don't see a flag.
Well, he may not have broken the line of scrimmage barrier.
There he is. He just called it down here, offsides.
Oh, okay. Side judge.
Yep, I didn't see a flag anywhere, and I thought, man, that had to be offsides. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Stratford. That'll make it
1st and 5.
1st and 5 for Lakin. Going to move the ball out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and the
33-yard line.
I got to get in a groove with this clock.
Here comes Lakin with the ball, man in motion coming around. Handoff off the left side into the pile and gets a few yards there, and a lot of blue jerseys there on the pursuit.
Alan Martinez is going to get a gain of maybe 3, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 2.
So Lakin just needs to put a good offensive drive together here. Going to answer Stratford. Stratford, you look at weight-wise, they're not huge by any means, 240, 235, 245. Big kids, but not the 265, 85.
Corner, Cody Rennie, just as much speed out on the edge as Servando, and he was not able to make the corner. Had an opening once he got past him, but just couldn't get past.
So I can't even see the scoreboard.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Scoreboard has 3rd and 4, but we're
off.
close to the yard line. We're yard markers, so.
Yep, it's 2.
We're close to the chains. 2, maybe 3, but it's closer to 2 than it is 4.
Beam out to the left. Beltran split out to the right. Man in motion starts. Fake handoff up the middle.
Going to be close.
Going to be close.
Side judge over here maybe has the 1st down, but we'll see.
I think he
once
does
they
too.
place it.
Yep, they're saying first down.
1st and 10.
Okay, they're going to move the ball up to the 39-yard line. So Lakin's 1st and 10. Move the ball a little bit there. Tell you what, this Stratford defense really goes the ball well. Got a lot of heads-up guys out there. So they're going to have a 4-man front on defense, 3 linebackers. And look how close in they are, the defensive backs. They're right on top of the receivers for Lakin. If you could get behind them, you'd be off to the races. On the snap, pitch to the left side, looking for the corner, nowhere to go, and gets freight trained. And carrying the ball for Lakin, that was Alan Martinez, and just nothing there.
Alan Martinez last week, 9 carries for 50 yards, 5.5-yard average, and scored 2 touchdowns, but nothing doing. Right now, Lakin doesn't really have anything going outside the tackles right now.
Well, the defensive backs are pulling right up on the line of scrimmage with the receivers. And if you could get behind them, it's nothing but green grass. Look at them. They're lining up right on about where the linebackers set. They're going to go out with the receivers. Here they are. They're not giving them, they got a lot of room behind them if you get free.
Lakin changing the play. Servando wanting coach to hurry up. Let's have the play call. Here we go.
On the snap, drop back, pass, throws out across the middle. Oh! Went through the hands of the Lakin receiver, Tyler Tarpley, and right into the hands of the defender for Stratford, and that was Alfredo Duarte. And, wow, that
could have been bad for the Bronx. Got a break there, but now it's 3rd and 13. Scoreboard has 4th and 13, but it is 3rd.
We run into quite a few scoreboard operators that don't do a great job.
Well, I would say, we would understand because it's early in the season, but this is their 3rd game.
Yeah. Oh, well. Here we go. Lakin now. Servando under center, man in motion coming our way. Servando keeps the ball. Something happened there. That was a busted play. You could just see when he looked and started dancing around.
Servando was just trying to make something out of nothing.
Yep.
He had no running lane on the right side. He wanted to cut it back, but Stratford did a good job containing on the backside, and just nothing there.
Yep, 4th and 11 now.
Clock continuing to run, and I'll try to reset our clock. I need to just give
Lakin
up.
to punt it away. Back to punt for Lakin is?
Omar Gonzalez.
That's what I thought. Omar with the ball, kick, kind of a high spiral off the right side. hits, takes a nice bounce for Lakin, and down to the 24-yard line of the Stratford Elks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Stratford.
Bronx just didn't get anything going on offense. Got 1 first down, but that's all they could muster.
Yep.
But one thing that I'm seeing with Stratford, and I made the comment when Lakin played Stratford in Lakin last year, Stratford's one of those teams that they play to the whistle. You teach teams to play to the whistle, and believe me, they do.
Right.
And when they hit you, they're going to stand you up, and the next guy's going to come and put you down. So, Lakin got to try to avoid those situations. But like I said, Stratford, a very physical football team.
With their big wide receiver out to the left. 6'5", 190, handoff in the backfield, right side, and just cruises through the line. And we're off to the races down the field. Servando, and they're in pursuit. Can't knock him down. Touchdown. Wow, that was a big one.
76-yard run.
And that was number
Cody Rennie.
Cody Rennie, the quarterback. Boy, he's got some speed. He had a couple speed guys from Lakin trying to run him down. So Cody, he's a senior at 6 foot and 180 pounds, and he can scat.
Well, a 76-yard run is definitely going to pad your stats. He had 235 yards on the season. He's a third of the way there on that run.
Going to kick for the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up, and it is good. So at the 4:36 mark in the first quarter, it is the Elks of Stratford 14, Lakin 0. Your first quarter brought to you by the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank.
When you choose a bank, you're investing your trust in a group of people who will be handling your hard-earned money. You look to them for expertise in financing your dream home and your teenager's first car, purchasing farm equipment, or expanding your business. At Kearney County Bank, we're invested in a community we believe in. Let us be your choice in community banking. Visit KearneyCountyBank.com or come by 221 North Main Street in Lakin or Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank, 1910 East Marion, Garden City, and see what our staff can do for you. The Kearney County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And thank you very much, Kearney County Bank, the Garden City State Bank. That was quite a run there, Brett. Quite a run. 76-yard touchdown run for the
76 yards after you force your opponent to punt. And right now, Bronx in an early hole, 14-0, and they really need to do something on this drive or this game could get out of hand.
Yeah, they need to get some wheels under that offense.
They need to do something with this drive. If anything, consume some clock and get something positive out of it. Like I said, the last possession, the Bronx did get a first down. We're moving the ball, not as big a chunks as they would like, but they were moving the football and then just fell flat.
And they got 4 receivers, returners, I should say, back.
Yeah, four deep men for the Bronx.
And got 2 of them up short, 2 of them deeper. And the last kickoff, he did kick kind of short, so we'll see what happens here. Kickoff is up. Again, just pooches it up in the air.
Nobody over there, better get on it.
Yep, that's a
Hudson
live ball.
It up.
I was thinking of something the other night, and wouldn't know the ruling on this. Somebody pooch kicks the ball, kicks it real high. And it goes the 10 yards, and it's coming down, and somebody on the receiving end fair catches it, but the kicking team runs under and catches it. What's the call on that? I don't know.
Yeah, pooch kick.
Yep.
I
would say it's a live ball if you can get in there and catch it.
Well, I think if there's a fair catch, though, you've got to give him the opportunity to catch the football.
Right, but if you can get far enough away, I don't know. Just one of those things I ran through. Lakin with the ball, snap, handoff up the middle, and got a few yards. Yeah, there's some interesting thoughts. I've just.
Yeah.
Now, if you pooched it up and hit the ground.
Now, if you hit the ground, and you can't fair catch anything that hits the ground. But that's interesting.
Let's say the receiving team never fair catch, and you got down the 10 yards and turned around. Could you catch the kickoff, your own team's pooch kickoff?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's what
I thought. As long as you're not going to interfere. But I think I've seen it in the college game and the pro game on a pooch kick like that. The guy underneath it automatically just starts waving his arms.
Oh, okay.
So I honestly think that
pitch
you
to
can
the
do
right
that.
side, and they're just a blue wall over there. At least 5 players.
Connor Hudson on the carry to the near side, and like I said, the last possession for Lakin, just not anything going right now outside the tackles for the Bronx. A big 3rd and 9 for Lakin here from their own 17-yard line, just over 3.5 to play opening period. But like I said, Bronx need to get a drive going right now. If anything, consume some clock.
I agree.
But right now,
the running game is not working.
No.
Let's just be honest. The running game is not working. Lakin over the ball. Rondo under the ball, man in motion coming across. Roll out to the left side and nowhere to go. He's on the run and down he goes.
Servando just could not get anything going, couldn't get escape out of the grasp of Anastasio or Ibarra.
And that's a very aggressive defensive line. Linebackers are very aggressive too.
Loss of about 8 on that play, so it's going to be 4th and about 17 for the Bronx from their 9-yard line.
Wow. So Lakin will have to punt it away. Omar Gonzalez back to punt the center. Going to punt it from his own end zone. Snap. Kick is up. Looks like a pretty decent punt. Comes down, and it's fair caught at the 39-yard line of Lakin on the fair catch. That was Drew Jones, a senior for Stratford. So Stratford now scored their first 2 possessions. Now Lakin just needs to get this somehow, shut this down.
Stratford in good starting position from the Lakin 39-yard line. And I've got a clarification on what you were asking. After a fair catch signal, that should be kick catching interference.
Ah, okay.
And the person that said it says if he's wrong, don't say I said it, so I guess I won't say his name.
that makes sense, though. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I think once it's up in the air and you wave fair catch, it is yours to
catch.
It is your opportunity. So
I would agree.
Thanks for the text.
Going to have a reverse trickle, flea flicker, pass down the right side, and nobody on him. So they came out, ran a reverse, flipped it back to the quarterback in one form of a flea flicker or another. I don't know what you'd call that. And the receiver wide open running down the right sideline. So the outscore again with 2:18 left in the first quarter is now 20-0 in favor of Stratford. So Stratford to kick the extra point now. Waiting for the snap. Ball is down, kicky is up, and it is good. So at 2:18 left in the first quarter, it is now 21 for Stratford and 0 for Lakin. Wow. I mean, they came out of the box to play football. Wow.
Yes, they did.
Wow.
That one, I'll tell you what, that play happened so fast I was putting my phone away and looked up and Rennie was already putting the ball in the air and there was nobody there.
The quarterback took it, handed it off. They did a reverse coming the other way to the other guy. The quarterback had worked his way back in behind there, and they pitched it to him and threw it. Very well executed play.
So right now, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns for Stratford.
Wow.
And we still have 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Bronx, there again, you've got to take this possession and get something positive out of it.
And I would say right now, Lakin has almost 0 yardage between the loss and all of that's went on.
Well, Servando lost 9 on his last carry to bring up that last 4th down. But the Bronx, not a lot of offense so far here tonight.
So Lakin back with their 4 players. Once again, Stratford doesn't have a very strong kicker unless they kick it that way on purpose. 21 is the kicker, and 22, and that is Vicente Morilon.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
That'd be about as close as I'd get it, too.
Kick is up. Again, going to drop down, fall short. Caught by Lakin down the left side. Looking for a place to go.
For Lakin at their 33-yard line. I like Servando on that return. It looked like he might have had a hole up the middle. He came to the right side, and there was the first defender. He just ran over him.
Yeah.
Take out a little frustration on the opponent right there. But
we'll see how deep in the playbook Lakin can dig to get something going here.
Shadows are getting longer, so we're getting close to the sun being down. Cool down just a little bit out there.
Under center, waiting for the snap. Man in motion coming. And handoff straight ahead. And a couple yards maybe. See where they're going to mark it.
Alan Martinez on the carry.
Yeah, about a couple yards. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. The ball is setting at the 35-yard line. So we'll see if Lakin, if you can get some receivers in behind these deep at the line of scrimmage by Andre Duran, He's 5'10", 205 pounds. So
maybe a gain of 1 is going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
So 3rd and 7. Your second quarter here, we're down to 107. Your first quarter, brought to you by the Garden City State Bank and the Kearney County Bank. Thank them very much. Rondo rolls the left, pitches out to the left, still on his feet, and the flag comes in where it's usually about a hold in there where that flag came. So Lakin made a few yards on that, but the flag came in a little bit late. 2 linemen were jostling around there.
I'm sure Stratford will decline this because that would make 4th down. Trying to get the signal from the official, and it is a hold against Lakin, and they're going to decline it.
Yep.
And make it 4th down. There was no gain on the play, so it'll be 4th down and 7.
Well, wait a minute. Look at your down marker.
Well,
and look where the ball's at.
Well, originally when they were standing first time, it was no gain, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. 4th down and about 4.
4th and 4. Beautiful night for football. It was hot. The wind isn't blowing. No dirt in the air. I'm surprised they haven't had a water timeout, to be honest with you. A night like this.
Well, though, the tempo of the game is pretty quick, though.
Yeah.
Teams are keeping it on the ground, so it's pretty quick tempo.
So with 13 seconds left, snap, punt is up. Nice spiral punt. It's going to drop down at about the 25, take a roll down to about the 21, 22-yard line. It's down by Maddox Beltran.
Nice punt by Omar.
Yeah, Omar doing a good job of punting. He got a nice spiral on that ball. He's got some hang time with it. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Stratford. They'll start the clock. I think they'll have time for one play. With 3
one
points
play. It'll start on the snap, and that'll take us to our second quarter.
So look out here on the track. They got banners all the way around this track. Looks pretty nice, actually. This is a very nice, well-kept facility.
Nice
here
facility.
Too. Yes,
it
very
definitely
nice
is.
Facility.
Yep.
Big grandstand across the way, and it's well over half, maybe 2/3 full.
And it is homecoming. That helps.
And ball gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and it's an incomplete pass, and that is going to end the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, it's the Elks from Stratford, Texas, 21. The Lakin Bronx 0. Your first quarter has been brought to you with the Garden City State Bank and the Kearney County Bank.
When you choose a bank, you're investing your trust in a group of people who will be handling your hard-earned money. You look to them for expertise in financing your dream home and your teenager's first car, purchasing farm equipment, or expanding your business. At Kearney County Bank, we're invested in a community we believe in. Let us be your choice in community banking. Visit KearneyCountyBank.com or come by 221 North Main Street in Lakin, or Garden City State Bank, a branch of the Kearney County Bank, 1910 East Marion, Garden City, and see what our staff can do for you. The Kearney County Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And thank you very much, Kearney County Bank, Garden City State Bank. Your second quarter tonight brought to you by Gwen Wechter, Shelter Insurance, East Highway 50, Lakin.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Thank you very much, Gwen, for being on board again this year, one of our longtime sponsors here on LakinSports.com. Here we go. Now, let's see. So far, it's been a track meet for Stratford. And let's see if Lakin can figure out a way to stop them this time. It'll be second down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Keep wanting to call him Stratton. I don't know why. Stratford.
Well, there's a Stratton, Nebraska, right?
There's Stratton, Colorado. There's a Stratton, Nebraska.
Yeah, Stratton, Colorado.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Stratford.
Yep.
Jelks.
Jared texted us, said everything sounded good.
Good.
So glad Jared's watching.
Thank you, Jared. On the snap. Handoff left side. Tries to get the corner. Somebody gets hold of an ankle. Get over there and help him out. Finally gets there. I don't know who was on the ankle getting drugged there.
Omar Gonzalez in on the initial stop. Servando coming out of the pile as well. And also Draven Shavira.
So that's going to bring up third down now and about, 4? So this is a chance for Lakin to stop them.
I'll tell you what, the only thing I don't like about our scoreboard is it doesn't have just numbers that I can.
Yeah.
It's
on
a
the
slider
snap,
for the
quarterback keeper, right side, left side, and down he goes. I think he's going to get the first down. So they're going to mark it out at the 32.
Enough for a first.
Enough for a first down by about a yard. I thought maybe they had him their first contact. One thing about these Stratford runners, they don't go down on first contact.
No.
They have those legs driving, and they'll just go right over the top of you. Takes a couple, 3 guys to get some of these guys down for Stratford. Good running backs. Stratford now, wide receiver split right, 1 to the left. Backfield, 2 running backs in the backfield. Snap, pitch, coming to the right side, looking for the corner, finds it, and gets a 1st and 10. First player there for Lakin on the stop. That was Darren Edgington.
Just shy of a first down, brings up second down and 1.
That's Darian, right?
Darian.
Yep. Darian, yeah. So somebody had a football helmet, brought him looking for a football helmet.
Omar Gonzalez has something wrong with his helmet, so he comes trying to find one now that fits. So there's something wrong with his helmet as it lays near the track.
He's hollering sizes and don't look like anybody's got one that'll fit him.
Yeah.
On the snap, up the middle, still on his feet, still running. Those guys drive. Lakin, a whole host. Yep. So did he find a helmet? I lost track.
Yep, he's back in. I don't know who he stole one from.
I think he got it off 64.
Yeah. Now Caden Mings is looking for a helmet for himself.
The coaches look like they're working on that.
Yeah,
one
they'll
helmet.
grab it and work on it. I'm going to say, if anything, probably a chin strap snap or something probably came loose. But
1st and 10 from between 47 and 48 on the snap. Handoff left side, cuts up the field, and look out. He's on the run, still on his feet, just runs over a Lakin player and finally gets down to the 40-yard line. I mean, these guys run hard.
Alan Martinez saving the touchdown there with the tackle.
That was Zane Burr, number 8 on the carry for Stratford. These guys, I tell you what, they drive. When they hit you, they're almost like Walter Payton used to do. Take that extra little step just before they hit you. And they'll just run right over the top of you. Ball now down to the 30 of Lakin. We're into the second quarter with 9:10 left. Quarterback waiting for the ball. Rennie pass out to the left side. Still has a man on his feet, still running. Finally gets put down by a couple Lakin players on the stop. It was Colton Oldman. And I don't know who else was out there. There was another one out there.
Curtis Beam was in on the stop. Darian Edgington in. No, it was Omar Gonzalez in on the stop.
Okay.
So second down and 2.
Second down and 2. Ball now at the 22-yard line. Close to the 23. We got spoiled last week at home, man. I'm looking all over the place to try to find where to spot the ball.
Yeah.
So here comes Stratford back out. Split right receivers, twins to the right. Single running back in the backfield in the shotgun. Rennie with the ball, right side, off the right side, right up the middle, still on his feet. And fumble. Does he get in? Waiting for a call. Don't see it. Touchdown. They're going to say it was a touchdown.
They did give it to him.
Yep. I think he'd crossed the goal line.
Was that Rennie?
Yeah, I think he had his hand out in the ball. You know, from our angle, it was hard to tell, but Looked like he had the ball in his hand.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for me to say. So that's going to bring up another extra point. 27-0 now the score. Once again to kick, Andre Duran. Kick is up, and he drove it through, and it's no good. No good. So at 8:08 left here in the second quarter, it is now 27 for Stratford and Lakin 0. I knew Stratford was good, but I had no idea they were this good. This is a salty football team. And it seems to me like they really go after the ball well on defense. They're ball hawks, really go for it. And the running backs are really trained well how to run over people. They have that power step just before they hit the defender. So they're going to go there on the sideline, discuss things. Referees, starting to get dark. Unlike last week when I thought it was getting cloudy, but it's actually getting dark.
Getting dark. Days are getting shorter.
Days are getting shorter.
Well, I'm not ready for cold, but I am ready for fall.
Yeah.
This 100-degree stuff in the middle of September.
We're going to have a couple more, 3 or 4 days of it yet.
Yeah, we're still going to be warm tomorrow, and it's going to be nice by Wednesday next week. But then I saw again 90 degrees next Thursday for the long range.
I'm afraid we're going to have one of those years that's going to go summer, fall for
snowstorm and snow ever. They only had a half an inch, but that's measurable snow. And hard to believe a year ago this time, which it warmed up the next day, but for that one day, Goodland had snow.
Well, I turned the furnace on at the house that night. You know, it was cold.
No, why did you turn the furnace on? Just throw on another blanket.
No, I like nice warm. Getting ready to kick it off. Here they go again. 4 men back deep for Lakin. Another little short kick, and it's up. And it's caught by Lakin. Connor Hudson with the ball. Looking for somewhere around the left side. Look at the blue to that ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in pursuit on that ball. So Connor Hudson tried to make something happen. Had a decent little return out of that.
Had a good little return.
Yeah.
Just couldn't quite get the edge.
Yep, can't quite get the corner. Those kids from Stratford are pretty speedy. So they're going to spot the ball out at the 34-yard line.
34-yard line.
Be 1st and 10. So that was a nice return. I was like you. I was watching him hoping he got the corner. You don't get the corner very easy on these Stratford kids. So Lakin now on the left hash mark. Split a wide receiver out to the left. That's Junior Gonzalez. Wide receiver out to the right.
Maddox Beltran out to the right.
Double wing back, handoff coming to the right side, and absolutely nowhere to go. The defensive end was just waiting for that, and that was Tyler Tarpley with the ball. Defensive end was just like, come to me, baby. So the fundamentals, they're very good at. Loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now for Lakin. So Lakin hasn't figured out how to counter this aggressive defense. Up to the ball they go.
Bronx will go to a tight formation this time.
Yep. Tight ends all pulled in. Double wing back. Pull back in the backfield. Handoff. Straight up the middle, and once again, 5, 6, 7 blue jerseys right there.
Alan Martinez on the carry is going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 9 for the Bronx. Would like to see the Bronx get a drive going right now. It's been all Stratford. The Bronx have not been able to get a drive going, but I'd like to see it right now. Let's get the horses up front. Let's ride them to a few first downs. Get something positive going right now for Lakin.
Trouble throws it down, and it's intercepted at the 35-yard line.
Servando had to throw it up on the run. Tarpley had a step behind the defender, but Servando on the run, not enough on that pass. And it's going to be an interception and decent starting field position for Stratford at their 33-yard line. Not a bad idea, just didn't have time to really set up and throw.
No, the Stratford defense is so aggressive. They're coming through the line. If that fly doesn't get out of here, I'm going to have to borrow a shotgun and take care of him.
And it's just one.
I know it. I still remember that time you walked into a booth somewhere and it was full of wasps. We decided
that was at Ellenwood that year.
We decided we're going to sit in the grandstand.
Yeah, that thing was so full of wasps, we decided to go outside.
Snap girl out to the left side. Pass downfield as a receiver wide open down the left sideline on the run. Servando after him and gets him pulled down inside the 5-yard line. So receiver was wide open, just going down the sideline.
That was Drew Jones down the left side.
Wow. I'll tell you what, these guys got some wheels under them. These guys have some wheels. So, no, that wasn't quite the 5. It just at the 10-yard line.
Good job by Servando, just not letting up on that play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 10. First and, is they calling it goal or 1st and 10? They're calling it 1st and goal.
Yep, chains are out.
Yep.
So 1st and goal.
So the nose of the ball is on the 10-yard line. Quarterback up over the ball, Cody Rennie. Snap, handoff, coming to the right side, stand up, and did he get in?
Just a little bit short.
Just a little short.
Vicente Morelon, however you say it. Gain of 9. He's going to have 2nd and goal.
Servando Gonzalez on the stop. So it's 2nd and goal now. The ball's about, the 1? Yeah, just about the 1. Play coming in. So up to the line of scrimmage comes Stratford. Waiting on, waiting on the snap. And did we just have a quarterback keeper there?
No, handed it off to Zane Burr, the wingback.
Okay, I didn't see it. And did he get in? I'm taking
touchdown.
it he got in. Okay.
Yep, touchdown.
So at the 5:28 mark in the second quarter, score is 33-0 in favor of the Stratford Elks. Once again, kick the extra point. Andre Duran, I should say. Kick is up and it is good. 33-0, 5:28 left here in the second quarter. Your second quarter is brought to you by Gwen Wechter Shelter Insurance of Lakin. Thank you, Gwen. We appreciate you very much. Gwen Wechter Shelter Insurance.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. Wear your shield. We're your shelter.
I still think those dogs look like us, sitting out on the porch. So Lakin.
Coach Simon making the necessary repairs, and so they've got all their helmets distributed where they need to go.
They're on this east-west field, and the sun is, I can't quite see, just an orange ball over in the west right now.
Well, it's usually a orange ball when it's straight above, too.
It's in the clouds where the smoke is hanging, and
well,
it's
It's
orange.
not cloud; it would be smoke.
It's smoke.
But I think it's
from
I
the
think
California.
it's a big orange ball
it's
anyway.
From the
Isn't it?
California people, all that smoke.
You're not going to let me do this at all,
Oh,
are you?
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I kind of missed getting abused by you last year. You know, I didn't do football because of COVID, but I kind of missed abuse.
You really didn't.
Yeah. Kick is up and picked up by Lakin, still on his feet. Go, go, go. Man, that Stratford goes to that ball. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, he got that ball so close to his wall, he didn't have a chance to come this way and utilize it. But there was a wall set up this side. Just couldn't get that far into it. So Lakin 1st and 10 at their 33, 34. That's been about the average starting position for Lakin tonight.
Right.
And they just haven't been able to get anything going.
Yeah, I think Stratford, their first team's still in there, so he's not,
Yeah, but you know what? The thing about it is with their first team, you look at their sideline, they've only got about 8 subs over there.
They do, don't they? I never look like.
Alan Martinez on the carry. He's going to pick up about 3, almost 4 yards.
You know, I'm wondering, you look at this Stratford Elks, there's only one freshman on there, so I wonder if they're not suiting up their freshmen. And one sophomore or two, that's all I see is one sophomore here. So maybe the other ones, they just don't suit them up. Could be, I don't know. Or that could be the whole team right there. I doubt that, though.
Well, I tell you what, a team that's got one freshman and one sophomore on it, man, the future's not looking very solid that way. But
I would say they're not suiting them up. Dive left side, hit the blue wall again. Nothing there.
Colter Oldham on the carry that time from the right slot position. Going to gain 1 yard on the play, brings up 3rd down and 5, maybe 6. We'll call it 5.
Scoreboard says 6. So, well, it's 6. Now he stood straight up. It's 6. 3rd down and 6. So Lakin just not able to get any offense going tonight at all. So, snap. Quarterback keeper off the right side, still on his feet, into the pile. And he's going to be short, about a yard and a half.
Short.
It's going to 4th down with 3:50 left. About a yard. What did they say, 1st down?
Oh, they gave him the spot for the 1st down. All right.
I'm at a bad angle here. I didn't
think I was too. I thought he was going to be just a little bit short. The side judge on this side, I thought, was a little bit shy of the sticks. One thing about it, though, the sticks are a yard or so back off the sideline, so your angle is going to be a little bit different on your angle. First down, I've got to reset my clock here. Let's see here.
The ball's close to the 44-yard line. Lakin's 44, right hash mark. Servando waits for the snap. Belly play right up the middle, and he's going to pick up 3 yards on that. I believe that was Alan Martinez.
Yep.
Picks up about 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. 3:10 left here in the first half. Your second quarter brought to you by Gwen Wechter Shelter Insurance of Lakin. East Highway 50, Lakin, to the big red, white, and blue shelter sign. So Lakin, Servando's coming in with the play. Yep, they got a play clock here, 16. I hadn't even noticed that. That's how alert I am tonight. So 10 seconds on the play clock. Lakin over the ball. Snap. Drop back to pass. Screen pass off the right side, and he's got some block. Oh, wow. That blue jersey just came through that wall. Wow. I thought he had some room there to go.
I really thought they had that set up well, but Stratford just with one too many defenders for the wall to take care of.
Wow.
Set up well.
Yeah, it was. I thought they was going to make some yards off that.
But I'll tell you what, Junior Gonzalez got behind the defender on this side, and there was nothing but green grass in between. If that would have been the play call, but
snap, pitch to the left side, Lakin, boy, no.
Alan Martinez gobbled up by the right defensive lineman, and that was Tyler Smith. But I'll tell you what, Stratford's not doing anything fancy here. All they're doing is they're shooting their ends to seal the edges. And I noticed that on that play right there. They are just shooting to seal the edges.
Yep. We got a timeout on the field. I don't know who called it. If Lakin's thinking about just go ahead and going for it, or what's going on here.
I didn't see who called the timeout. I would guess Stratford to preserve some clock since they think they're going to get the ball back here. We'll see what Lakin wants to do. Of course, you give up a short field if you don't get it, but Bronx have a decent drive going right now. It's good to see the offense stay on the field for a little bit.
Yes. So the coaches are talking to the kids. Yeah, as you look over, like you said earlier, Stratford doesn't have any kids on the sideline. I think most of their juniors or freshmen and sophomores are not suited up.
Yeah, but you would think they would be over there. I don't know.
I can't argue that point either. I don't know either. But surely they got more than one freshman and one sophomore on the football team.
You would think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard to say.
I did see on their schedule they're playing JV ball, so just kind of interesting.
Lakin's going to go for 4th and 7.
4th and 7. Let's see if Lakin's got some kind of a play they can go. 1:39 left here in the first half. So Lakin now waits for the shotgun snap, roll to the right side, looks downfield, airs one out, and just out of the reach.
Just out of reach, and that was a good play design.
Yeah,
right there.
that was a good one. Connor Hudson just a little out of his reach. And that time Servando was rolling, and he had a little bit of time.
Servando that time, the line did a great job. He had time to throw that time. Just threw it out of reach of Connor. Nice play.
Yes.
But good starting field possession for Stratford with 1:33 to go in the half.
I might have to take the screen out of this window. It might be too dark for me to see through it in the second half. So here comes Stratford with 1:33.
Does that help?
No, a little bit. 1:33 left here in the first half, 34-0. They lead this thing on the right hash mark. Snap, drop back, quick look pass off the right side. He has a receiver going down the right side, and he just overthrew him. And the receiver kind of pulled up on that. Ibarra was the receiver.
Well, the receiver, Connor Hudson, actually locked him down.
Yeah.
Connor, the defensive back on this side, but the receiver was kind of trying to go a little bit of a hitch and go. Connor Hudson got in his way for his go route, and the timing was off.
It was Ibarra, the tight end, on that one. So this time they split receivers all over the field. Snap, right up the middle they go, still on his feet, and one juke, look out, on his way, and they can't get him. Another touchdown for Cody Rennie, the quarterback for Stratford. That kid's a good quarterback, good running back. Wow. So that's going to bring the score to 40-0 here in the first half. And to kick the extra point once again. Been saying that a lot about kicking extra points for Stratford. Snap, ball down, kick up, looks good from here, and it is. So they'll kick the ball back to Lakin. 1:18 left in the half, 40-0 now. Or should it be 41?
41.
Yeah, 41. They don't have it up on the scoreboard. 41-0. Wow, this is a good football team. One of the better teams I've seen for a long time. So Stratford's huddled up on the far side of the field. I want to thank you for joining us, LakinSports.com and Lakin Bronx Sports on YouTube. We hope you enjoy the YouTube picture, much better than we've had for the last few years. As I said last week, over the years, we thought it was our fault. Sometimes the picture was bad and things weren't working. Found out it wasn't us. It was our streamer that was goofing up. And so Brett said arrivederci to them and went over to YouTube.
Yeah, I was looking at our YouTube feed, and we got our pictures freezing up just a little bit. So
okay, might be.
May need to check a speed test on our video.
Yeah. It does happen. You get people around and you're on a cell system that can slow it down.
Yeah, well, and we are on the
The other option is to slow your speed down on your feed in YouTube. Go from 2.5 to 2.0 or something like that. So here we go, getting ready to kick off. Just going to pooch it up. Well, it's kind of a little deeper. Oops, it hits and rolls backwards to the 5-yard line. Lakin picks it up. To the left side they come. Got some room out to the 30 and, well, just short of the 30. On the return for Lakin, that was Junior Gonzalez. Spot that right at the 30-yard line. Lakin coming up over the ball. Wide receiver out to the right. That's Junior. Lakin Man in motion coming across. End off straight ahead, Alan Martinez, and hasn't been anything there all night on that play. So pretty much no gainer.
Bring up second down and 10. Clock. Just slow internet here on our jetpack. I don't know if I can. Shows full bars, but maybe I can set it up here. Maybe that would help. Set it up in the window maybe a little more. I don't know. Oh, like I said, we get spoiled being away, being at Lakin. We have fast Wi-Fi there. Anytime you've got to be on an electronic wireless device, you're at the mercy of that wireless device, and looks like that's going to do it for the first half. 5-4.
That's going to be it. So at the end of the first half, 40 Stratford, Lakin 0. Your second quarter has been brought to you by Gwen Wechter Shelter Insurance. Lakin, thank you very much.
A lot of action on the street today, huh, Willie?
Yep. Oh, check out the German V8.
Good car.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Ooh, 64 dream car.
At Shelter Insurance, we insure all your favorite rides.
Oh, classic convertible.
And have since 1946.
Sweet pickup. Hiya, Muggsy.
Yo.
From Hot Wheels to hybrids, we've got you covered.
Hey, mailman.
Love those shoes.
Hey, where you going?
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Thank you very much, Gwen, your halftime sponsor tonight. Halftime
training fitness equipment. You'll find just what you need for your own quality workout. The fitness room is open for the public's use free of charge during business hours. For use after business hours, Lakin Rec also has a keyless entry system available. The Lakin Rec Commission, always involved with the youth of Lakin. 702 North Campbell, Lakin, 355-7039. The benefits are endless.
And thank you very much. We appreciate it. Lakin Rec bringing you your halftime today. And your halftime thoughts and recap brought to you by a really good place to eat. It's called Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. If I can find it, there it is.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Socks at Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Socks at the one and only fantastic Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
And good food it is at Flashbacks Diner, so sounds good to me. So are we streaming?
Barely. Yeah.
Okay, it says we're slow. Well, it clicked off there.
It clicked off there,
okay.
So I think it's been off and on. But we do apologize. And
nothing we can do about it.
Really nothing we could. I'd love to. But we'll make do the best we can.
Oh, sure.
And halftime show, you just don't see it very much. But we've got a marching band that's going to take to the field.
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Don't see a lot of marching bands in the high schools anymore.
No, you do not. And you know something, college football on Saturdays, I really miss the marching bands at halftime. You got to have all those talking heads on there.
All the experts.
Oh, yeah, the professional experts on foot. They want to be on there talking. And I miss the bands. It used to be a big deal to watch the marching bands at halftime.
Oh, I'm like you. I enjoy watching the marching bands, and I don't know if this is the drum majorette, but she's in a homecoming gown.
Yep.
The drum major, the majorette.
Homecoming candidate. Maybe it's the queen. I don't know. Yeah. Looks kind of cool, though. So anyway, let's talk about first half thoughts and recap. Well, it was just
Lakin just not able to get anything going whatsoever tonight against Stratford's defense, and Stratford changing up a lot on their offense and really keeping the Bronx defense on their heels. But, Stratford, Texas, we talked about tradition, and they go far in the Texas playoffs every year, but they just came out tonight on all cylinders, and Lakin just haven't an answer for them yet. So we'll, thing about it is with halftime, we'll see if the adjustments are made and see what can happen as we come back out at second half. But I'll tell you, I got to be honest with you. I'm anxious to see a halftime marching performance.
Yeah, I am too.
It's not Lakin or anything, but
you got a good picture of it too.
Yeah, we do.
Put your mic out there for your wireless mic, and maybe we can hear them a little bit.
You know what? I remember back when I was in high school, Lakin had a 65-piece band unit that we marched at everything, and it was a lot of fun. And that's one thing I do miss. And it's just hard for a lot of schools to do that with so many kids. There we go. So, you know what? Let's just shut up and let's just watch the band for a little bit. We'll come back, and we've got a laundry list of all the great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible. We thank them so much, and we ask that you do the same. The Stratford High School Marching Band. Halftime performance about over. The Stratford High School Elk Marching Band. You know what? We normally probably wouldn't have needed to do that, but I think that's what halftimes are all about when you get the bands on the field, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
You know something, you don't see that a lot anymore. These kids work hard. Not everybody's a football player. This band activity is keeping them involved, giving them something to do, making them feel like they belong to something, and I think it's great.
I do too. I
absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, and we had plenty of time at halftime today to do that, and I'm glad we did. You know, very
enjoyed it.
Very, very good.
Very good marching band.
So your marching band today was brought to you by Flashbacks Diner.
Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Socks at Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin. Fantastic burgers, Coney and Chicago hot dogs, Philly, steak, BLT, and chicken sandwiches, along with ice cream treats like the traditional banana split, sundaes, shakes, malts, and cones. Dine in or carry out. Flashback to the days of Bebop and Bobby Socks at the one and only fantastic Flashbacks Diner, Highway 50, Lakin.
Lakin Sports has been bringing you Lakin High School sports on the internet for many years and is proud of sharing Lakin High School events with you. Without the great support of the businesses that sponsor Lakin Sports, this would have not been possible. A huge thank you goes out to the Lakin Recreation Commission, Pioneer Communications of Southwest Kansas, the Kearney County Community Development Ralph Goodnight, Hendricks Welding Brad Hendricks, Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy Fred Ritzema, and the Stampede, along with the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank, the Agency of Lakin and Garden City, Farm Bureau Financial Services of Lakin, Nikki Harris, Flashbacks Diner of Lakin, Lakin Drug, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wechter, and the Golden Plains Credit Union. Thank you, sponsors, and thank you for watching and making Lakin Sports such a huge success. LakinSports.com, the home of Lakin High School sports. And we are back. There we are. We are back. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. We appreciate it. Kind of a tough night for Lakin tonight. And, boy, I don't know. Sometimes you just run into a whirlwind, I guess you could say, Brett.
Yep. Throughout the course of your year, you're going to run into a team that's clicking on all cylinders. Maybe they can get something going in the second half. Our schedule next week. Lady Bronc Volleyball with a triangular against Scott City and Goodland on Monday. I hope to be able to bring you those games, but I don't know. Right now, that silly little thing called a job might get in my way. So for sure, we'll be back on the air next Friday. Be back at home as Goodland comes to Lakin. So a non-conference showdown there with Goodland. And if you remember last year, what a game at Goodland last year. Goodland pulled out the win in the last minute of the ball game, but that was a good football game. So hopefully we'll have the same thing for you next Friday. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be in Ellis.
Well,
Start of district play already. So I'll tell you what, this is going to go fast.
Yeah.
Every season seems to go by faster and faster as every year goes by.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Talking about Goodland, they were beat last week by Ray, Colorado.
And handily.
Ray got into the semifinals or the quarterfinals last year in state playoffs in Colorado. So I would say they still got a pretty good football team.
Yes.
So that might be an interesting matchup between Lakin and Goodland this year. We'll definitely,
Well, I forget the name of the quarterback for Goodland last year, but I had a bad feeling when they got the football back. Lakin had scored to go ahead, and Goodland had time to score. Their quarterback was still a good football game. I enjoyed that one in Goodland last year. But,
yes.
But yeah, Goodland coming to Lakin next Friday, and then another long road trip 2 weeks from now.
Yes. But we'll be in the great state of Kansas there, so
Oh, yeah.
you know, it was kind of a long trip down here. We had a good time talking today, so it wasn't too bad. Went pretty fast. So, one of our halftime sponsors also is Kearney County Community Development. I want to thank them for their sponsorship also. A wonderful life opportunity offers a wide range of opportunities to residents and visitors. Hunting, fishing, camping, golfing, and bowling provide recreation, plus the Lake and Rec Commission provides youth and adult programs in Lakin and Deerfield. Explore the rich history of the county by visiting the Kearney County or the historic sites throughout the county. Take advantage of what Kearney County has to offer. Contact Ralph Goodnight, Kearney County Economic Development, or on the web at www.kearneycountykansas.com. And that's one thing I've got to do is get to the museum there. I like museums. I like old history, Old West history, and things like that. And you always find some very unique, interesting things when you go to the museum, some things in the past, and you go, I didn't know that.
And Lakin's got a great museum
Yes.
there. And, you know, now I tell you, I'm guilty. I have not ever walked through all of the museum. I've seen film of past newspapers and things like that. But as far as to just go and walk through all the facility and all the buildings, I have not ever done that. And one thing I am going to take the time, I want to go through the train depot.
Yes.
And my mom can vouch for this, but I spent a lot of time at that train depot as a kid growing up. I grew up one block from the railroad tracks, and my mom didn't have to tell me to go out and play. If I was up and gone to the train yard. I hung out hours at the train yard.
Well, good. It was fun.
Yeah, back when they had a lot of switching tracks and things like that. Now everything's just a flyby.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even stop. But I had a lot of fun. So I do want to, with the museum there, the Kearney County Museum, they got a lot of great artifacts, and I am going to take the time and go through some of it because they do a lot of good work there, and it's really cool.
Yeah, and those are fun. Support your museum and everything else going on in Kearney County. Ralph Goodnight really helps promote the community, so we thank him for that.
And we're going to try to keep on board with the events happening in Kearney County. Ralph and I told him we're going to be talking, and we'll pick some things to spotlight during the halftime.
That'd be good.
And talk about, they have I forget what they call it, but their Memorial Day weekend, the car show and the air show out at the airport, and a great turnout this year. But I think next year they're going to move it to August instead of Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people are busy, and of course that's alumni weekend, things like that. So they're looking to move that to August, and we'll keep track of that as well. And of course, believe it or not, the holiday season is going to be quickly upon us, and going on in Kearney County and in Lakin around the holidays and things like that. So we'll be in touch with Ralph and the Kearney County Community Development, and we'll bring all the events, what's going on in the county, and try to promote it as good as we can. So
that's good.
Pretty much wraps it up in a nutshell there.
Yep, pretty much. And if you ever like to have a good conversation, Ralph is always in for a good conversation.
A lot of great sponsors that make LakinSports.com possible. Wow. And one thing we always ask the viewers, and, it might sound kind of cheesy, but I've had some sponsors tell me, hey, had so-and-so come in the store the other day and thank us for what we do. And they don't do it for recognition. They don't support us for recognition. But let me tell you something. A simple thank you means so much
absolutely
to those sponsors. And, I can't thank them enough, and I'll never be able to repay all these sponsors that helped us do what we do, because without them, we're not doing we're not here, doing what we're doing. So
I see
definitely
Coach Bamberger talking to the officials there, so I don't know if they're talking about run on clock in the second half or what they're doing there.
I don't know what the rules in Texas are as far as a running clock, but I do, Kansas with the High Plains League, they adopted a 45-point, and last week, the two coaches agreed at 42-0 at halftime. Let's just go ahead and run it. So, they might. And like I said, I don't know what the rules are in Texas, but
we'll find out.
Yeah.
Your halftime been brought to you by the Lakin Rec Commission. It's time to get involved with the Lakin Recreation Commission, 702 North Campbell in Lakin. The Lakin Rec Commission with a Wellness Center,
aerobics, adult programs, youth programs, sewing, and more. For more information about all the great activities of the Lakin Rec Commission, call 620-355-7039, the Lakin Recreation Commission, providing recreational opportunities to enhance the quality of life for the people of the community by promoting social interaction and the productive use of leisure time.
Yeah, and stop down there. There's a long, lean, lanky guy in there that can help you out to tell you all what's going on down there. And actually, I did find out when he played football, they did have leather mouthpieces back then. Your third quarter brought to you by the Lakin Dairy and Lakin Hay.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
And thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're getting ready to go second half here. And I guess we'll find out what's going on when they kick off and the clock doesn't stop. So we'll see what's going on here.
Well, seeing here.
What's that?
I didn't see that. Did they already? They didn't put the 3 minutes up that we do in Kansas.
No,
so,
that's why I was getting out of there. It looked to me like they were getting ready to play football. So, got a coach next door. We had to go ask him what's going on. And are they running the clock?
I think they might, yeah.
Okay. We found out they might be running the clock. We'll find out right along with you.
Lakin set to receive the kickoff to start the second half.
Well, I've sure enjoyed up here not sweating myself to death.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was plenty warm when we got here, and that's the only thing really that I would have a complaint with. I'm to the point I'm tired of sweating. I'm ready to see it cool down a little bit.
Well, I'd like to
The clock is running already. They haven't even kicked off, and the clock is running already. So it looks
they
to me
started
like
the ball. They just took off.
Yeah.
Kick is up. Lakin's going to receive the kick. Drops in. 25 out to the 30. There he goes, left side. Looking for some room. Servando Gonzalez, a nice return there out to about 42, 43-yard line.
Okay, and the clock is continuing to run, so we are going to run the clock in the second half. Good starting field position. Nice return by Servando to open the half.
Yeah, that was a nice return.
Got somewhat of a wall there and was able to shake a couple defenders.
So, and another thing about Stratford, nice people down here. Talked to some people when I was on the other side of the field. They were very nice and very cordial people.
I remember the first time we came down here, and very, very hospitable.
Yes.
I think they're just,
they just get with the ball. Man in motion coming our way. Fake the handoff. Servando keep it off the right side. Still on his feet. That's one of the bigger gains they had on a running play from scrimmage all night.
Gain of about 6 yards on the play for Servando, but right now, I like the way Lakin's coming out, showing a little aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Running hard, and that time he had a good hole.
And it looks like Stratford got their normal cast of characters in there pretty much. But like you said, they don't have many on the sideline.
No, not a lot to sub to begin with.
So Lakin down the right hash mark. They come out. And they're going to pull all the ends in tight. No wide receiver. Double wing, snap, handoff straight ahead, and that play is just
maybe
about
a gain of 1 yard on the
yard.
play.
That's all that's done all night. There's just nothing there. So it's going to be third down and about 3, I would say. Clock running at 9:54. If you just joined us, 41-0. Stratford leads Lakin here. But, this just isn't a wasted night for Lakin either. They're learning. I mean, they're learning. Boy, we got to step up a few things here because we're going to run into some other good teams this year. And that's part of the process. You get better as the year goes along. We've seen basketball teams not very good at the start do good, toward the end of the year. Pushing the pile ahead, 1st and 10 for Lakin down to about, trying to find a yard mark.
Alan Martinez down to the Stratford 45-yard line, but good push by Martinez. Yes. Just kept that pile driving.
Yes.
Omar Gonzalez, our player of the game last week, leading the charge.
And we haven't got to see a lot of kickoffs tonight. Curto, he's so fun to watch kick the ball off. So Lakin splits a wide receiver out to the right.
Maddox Brelton to the near side.
Waiting on the snap. Man in motion coming around. Servando keeps it. Boy, he didn't even have time to do anything.
Oh, and he comes up a little hobbled.
Yeah, and Zane Burr, the linebacker, he just shot the gap and was right there. He didn't have time to do anything.
Loss of about 2 yards on that play.
Yep. So they're going to be 2nd down and 12.
And Zane Burr from the middle linebacker's position just shot the gap.
Yeah.
Really, Stratford playing a 3-4, but they're 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers, but their middle linebackers are just shooting gaps.
Yeah. Yep. So this time they're going to line up with 4 defense.
But they pretty much have 11 guys in the box on defense.
Sure. Absolutely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Handoff straight ahead once again, and Martinez, he gets wrestled down. No, he's going to get up 4 yards on that play maybe. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about, 8 yards to go?
About 8 yards.
So it's a beautiful evening here now. Sun's gone down. The wind isn't blowing. Just a really beautiful night.
Really nice night, yeah.
Actually,
and, you know, I was looking at their lights. They have 6 lights on each pole. I'm thinking, okay, this is not.
Handoff goes to the left side, a little dance and jump there. He tried to make something happen. That was Connor Hudson.
Connor Hudson stepping inside the first defender, but the wave behind was right there. But he's going to gain a yard, maybe 2 on that play. He's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
We're at the 7-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Lakin doesn't go for it. They went for it at the end of the first half, gave up a short field. I wouldn't be surprised Bronx just don't roll the dice here and just go with 4th and 6.
So let's see, they're looking at the sideline. Doesn't look like they're going to punt it. You know, what the heck, might as well try something.
Yeah, and the thing about it is 4th down plays are still learning experiences.
Sure they are.
Because they're going to need, you always need a 4th down play of some sort.
You got 11 guys in the box for.
Now the Bronx will spread it out. Lakin was not set. Let's see what timeout Lakin.
Okay, I was just watching them all get set, and all of a sudden I saw Servando come out with the ball.
Yeah, so Lakin that time defense out and go with a wide set. And but the problem is I think they might have been running close to the end of the play clock, and they have them in the end zones, but you just can't see them.
Yeah.
A nice press box here. I don't know that I like the angled windows concept. It just seems like it steals some of your view.
Yeah, well, you get to a lot of big stadiums, they're angled like that. I know Hayes is.
Yeah.
Hayes is angled like that.
We'll be visiting there
this year. It's big sheets of glass.
Yeah.
These are slide up. I'm not having any trouble seeing. I can see through this window over here.
And that's what's nice. We have these side windows to look through, so that is really nice. But
it's been in a lot worse.
Right here, these beams right here.
I was in a press box once that was held up by 4 old REA poles, and it was nailed to the poles, and it was snowed, and it melted on the roof, and we were standing in water ankle deep.
You know what? You remember we went to Leota when we were still doing audio only.
Yeah.
Remember climbing the ladder, and we had our extension cord, no football, and we hoisted all the stuff up the ladder. That's about as rustic as it can get.
Worst what I was standing ankle deep in cold water at a football game, calling it all electricity around you, and you're standing in water.
Running, so let's run it up here and
snap.
Restart it.
Looking around, got some time, jump pass across the middle. Oh! Almost had it. Connor Hudson almost had it. Then
went through his hands, and Junior almost came up with it.
Junior almost had it, but he got tagged by the defender. And once that ball's touched, it's not interference. So the next guy gets hit.
No, there was nothing wrong with that play whatsoever.
Kind of let the air. I think of the Stratford player over there. That's Cody Rennie.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you could hear that contact that he hit Junior on, breaking that pass attempt up. But nice play, nice pass by Servando. Just a little bit out of reach for Connor. Had to go up and try to get it.
But I thought the second guy was going to catch that, and he got tagged.
Yeah. So they're going to walk Rennie off the field, and he's bent over trying to shake the cobwebs.
I think he's sucking for some air, Probably got some of the wind knocked out of him, looks to me like. I think he's over there, took his helmet off, and I think he just got aired.
So a new quarterback in the game for Stratford, and that is Bryce Braden, freshman.
Freshman, one of the freshmen. Right side, Lakin in pursuit and getting ran out of bounds.
Actually, it was a direct snap to Drew Jones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bryce Braden into the lineup, but that was a direct snap, and Rennie coming right back in for Stratford.
Well, Stratford has Bryce Braden, 4, listed as a freshman tight end. It must be the quarterback, too. Big kid, 6'3", 200. You know, if he can quarterback and keep growing that 200 and he get up to 210, 220, he'll be a weapon. So is that Rennie coming back, or Cody Rennie back in the game?
Rennie back into the ball game.
I think he just got aired a little bit. So we're going to split it out wide to the left, 5:28 left here in the
It is 5:28. What am I doing?
Third quarter. On the snap, right up the middle, and off we go to the races again. And finally, Lakin gets him wrapped up and put down, trying to see who ankled him first.
Servando coming out of there.
Yep, he ankled him.
Tyler Tarpley, Coulter Oldham.
Yep. They came back and helped him out. He was gone. Servando didn't get hold of those ankles.
Good gain on the play, but good tackling by the Bronx. And I saw right there, once they got Zane Burr stood up, the Bronx were tackling to the whistle.
Right.
That time they stood him up and they pushed him backwards. 1st and 10 in Lakin territory.
Waiting on the snap, little shift. Quarterback rolls out to the right, looks downfield, has a receiver, and did he catch that?
He caught that, and I'll tell you what, I thought Maddox Beltran was going to be the one to come up with that, and Mauricio Duran came away with it, but Maddox was right there.
It was a jump ball. So that's going to take the ball down to, trying to look for yard markers. I can't see.
The 18-yard line.
There's none on the other side of the field, so we got to go off everything here.
It's about the 18-yard line.
We got spoiled one game at Lakin already. They're going to split them out wide to the left. Trips out to the left. On the snap, roll, step back, pass off to the right side on the weak side, and touchdown for Stratford. That was Anastasio Ibarra. That was a good executed play. They took everybody left, made it look like they were going to go the left, and they snuck him out over the right side. That was just a very well executed play. That brings the score to 47-0 with 3:49 left here in the third quarter. Waiting for the kick. It's down, and it is good. So Lakin will kick the ball off now.
Stratford will kick the ball.
Or excuse me, Stratford will kick the ball off to Lakin. Your third quarter tonight brought to you by the Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy.
Fred Ripsimo established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
I've never met Fred, and I'd like to. Someday I'll just need to drive out there and introduce myself. He'd probably go, you know what, you're as handsome as we thought you were, listening to you on the... What's he doing over there? What's he stomping on? What are you doing?
I'm just checking you guys out.
Oh, okay. I thought you were stomping on something over there.
It was a bug,
oh, okay.
Want to trade headsets? No.
No, you can come call the game if you want to. You're probably getting tired of us.
Yeah, well, we left the door open, hoping you get some of this air.
Yeah.
I need to lose some weight.
Lakin picks it up and trying to find a way upfield, and there's just nowhere to go. That was down.
As soon as they tee that ball up, they start the clock. So they did a little bit different here in Texas. But now the coach in the box is J.C. Holloway, the new coach for the Lady Bronx basketball team this year.
I was going to say
and a middle school football head
and
coach.
His sister was a good basketball player too, if I remember right. Right? I think so.
I don't know.
I didn't recognize JC. Everybody grows a beard anymore, and everybody gets older but me, and I don't recognize people.
Yeah.
But I keep my youthful appearance. I really do. People say, you can't be almost 70, can you? I said, no, I'm 40.
Yeah.
You're Lakin on step. Roll out, hand off, up the middle, right side, and I don't know what's going on.
Okay, you called three different plays on a dive.
It was a scrum.
Roll out, up the middle.
Well, it was a scrum. They had him here, then he had him over here, and then they were pushing him back there.
And middle school football.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, welcome to Lakin. Okay, here's Lakin over the ball. They're on a...
He didn't want to trade headsets with me because he's going to have a lot of time to talk to me come winter.
Somebody moved somewhere.
I think Lakin jumped. And, that's something we have not had a lot of is penalties tonight.
Second down, about 13.
We really have not. Lakin had a hold in the first half. That might be the second penalty on the Bronx tonight. But, really, the game has had some flow to it, and the clock stops on a penalty. So let me run this baby back up. I'll tell you what, this is
hard to keep up with.
It
But
is
the clock's
hard
running again now.
Yeah, it's running. I think I'm synced up
140,
to it.
140.
Let's see.
So they say 1st and 10. It's actually second and
17.
Yeah. So Lakin up over the ball.
Gosh, I think this is my first game I've ever tried this. It's hard. It's been
Roll
a tough
out,
night.
looking for some room off
There
the
it
right
is.
side.
Oh. Man, that hole was there. You
Yeah.
saw it there, and Bryce Braden, the freshman, just sealed it up in a hurry.
Wow, he come flying across there.
I kept watching. I thought, there's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole.
And that was Connor Hudson.
Connor Hudson, and they looked good from the start.
So it's going to be now third down.
I'm going to say no gain on the play. He's going to bring up third down and 17.
Yep. The clock's still got 1st and 10, so they're just not paying much attention.
Yeah.
50 seconds left over there. This quarter is going in a hurry.
They might be struggling as much as I am, I guess.
On the snap. And
Colter rolled him off the left side, and going to maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah.
And that could be the last play of the third quarter.
And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. The
Unless
score
the Bronx
is
want to try to line up, but 15 seconds to go, I'd say, Servando's just out there. They're going to let this thing in.
Yeah, 48-0 in favor of Stratford here in Stratford, Texas. Your third quarter has been brought to you by the Lakin Hay and Lakin Dairy.
Fred Ripsema established the Lakin Dairy in 1997 and is now a leading producer of high-quality milk for human consumption. The Lakin Dairy is proud to be a big part of the Kearney County economy and community. With fantastic, dedicated, and hard-working employees, the Lakin Dairy prospers in the heart of, as Fred calls it, the Midwest Feed Shed. Always supporting the Lakin High School students, the Lakin Dairy, a verified premium operation, is honored to call Kearney County home at lakindairy.com on the internet.
Thank you very much, Fred. We appreciate it. Your fourth quarter brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You can lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
Thank you very much, Golden Plains Credit Union, a great organization. We thank them very much for their continued support of LakinSports.com and Lakin Bronx Sports on YouTube. YouTube's been a great change. I really got to say that. That was a really wise decision to get away and do that. Get away from the old streamer. So here comes Lakin now. They're going to line up, start the fourth quarter. They're going to have to punt it away, dropping back to punt for Lakin. You have Omar Gonzalez, the senior.
Omar backed up into his own end zone.
Yep. And knowing Stratford, they don't back off. They'll probably be coming after him. Kick is up. Nice high kick. I don't know where it's going. Fair catch and caught. And it's a good thing he fair catched that. He was going to get lit up if he didn't do that.
Servando with a head of steam. With that, if that wasn't a fair catch, he was going to get lit. Yeah.
Good heads-up play.
Got something going on in Stratford. A police car just went screaming by, and the ambulance has their lights on, so I don't know if...
No, I don't know either.
They're backing out, so...
I don't know if you have to have an ambulance here to continue to play or not.
Well, most football games, you're supposed to have an ambulance, but... and I don't know, maybe... I haven't seen anybody get hurt, so. Well, and there's another police vehicle over there. He's getting ready to take off, too, so they must be
something going
on. Yep.
So.
We're cool here, though.
1st and 10. Quick pass out to the left on the flat. Turns it upfield, and good tackle over there, one-on-one tackle. Couldn't see who tackled him. He's getting up.
Tyler Tarpley.
And there were 2 blockers out there for Stratford, and he didn't care. He went ahead and got him. So nice play. So Tyler's been doing quite well.
2nd down and about 5.
Clock's running at 10:24. Split 2 receivers out to the right. Man in motion coming across toward us. Pitch to the right side. And Lakin responded well, but the runner just ran through him. And that was Zane Burr, the junior, again, 6'1", 185. I thought they had him sealed up.
I thought they had great containment. Burr just able to sidestep and move it up the middle. So 1st down for Stratford, but the Bronx defense was there, but just have to, you've got to wrap up.
Yep. You got to wrap up. You got to tackle. Nice spotlight. On the snap. And Lakin got him for a loss. I think that's the first time that's happened tonight.
Lakin interior defense doing a good job up the middle that time. Omar Gonzalez in there. I think I saw, Caden Mings was also in on the play. But it was a good pursuit up the middle that time for the Bronx.
Going to be 2nd down, close to 13. Still 1st and 10 on their board.
You know what? I think they've just gave up on keeping it because they really have not updated it.
No.
I'm thinking maybe I need to do the same.
2nd down. Stratford. The ball is inside the 30-yard line of Lakin. To the outside. He's got the corner, and down he goes.
We'll have the 1st down, but Tyler Tarpley with another tackle on the sideline.
Yep, did a nice job tackling him.
You'll see if it's a 1st down. Yep, 1st down.
Tyler came from clear middle of the field to get over there to get to him. The kid's got some speed.
Tyler, a member of the 4x4 relay team, qualified for state with the Bronx track team. Also
cool.
A 300-meter hurdler.
Oh, wow.
So it does have a little speed to him.
So lone, 2 running backs in the backfield. Snap.
Servando also a member
Left
of that
side.
4x4 team.
Oh, man, through the line he went, and he just ran over and pushed everybody. Cody Rennie again, the quarterback. They had him, and he just kept those legs driving, broke the tackles, and went on in for a touchdown. So that's going to bring the score now to 54.
And now they stop the clock.
8:04. Well, there's an ambulance back. I don't know, or a police car. I mean, that's a police car. Kick is up for the extra point. And it is no good, so that's going to keep it at 54-0 with 8:04.
Lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
So we're going to have the clock running again here in a few minutes. 8:04 left on the clock. Won't take long to run it down if things go. Then we'll get out of here a little early tonight. Kind of a disappointing night for the football team. But it's learning, you know. It's a learning process. Started to say earlier in the night, I've seen some basketball teams through the years They weren't very good when the season started, but at the end of the season, they were a pretty good basketball team. Some of them even went to state basketball tournaments. So, you know, you can grow, you can change, you can get better. So Lakin going back out on the field. What in the world's going on here?
Got to switch ends. Stratford's going to they're going to the east.
Well,
Yep.
Why are we switching at 8:04?
That's the way they were going.
What?
That's the way they were going when
Lakin
they scored.
Lakin was headed the wrong way. Okay.
Yeah, Lakin was going that side to return, and Stratford was going this way to kick, and they had to flip-flop it.
Yeah, don't confuse me. I have a bad enough time anyway. What is going on here?
Yeah, that's all that was.
Okay, my error. Kickoff again. Kicky is up. Another short floater. Drops in. Lakin with the ball. Junior Gonzalez, he's trying to go somewhere, but we just got flattened. Got close to the 25-yard line. We'll see where they spot forward progress.
He should have gotten to about the 25, 30-yard line. Looks like at the 26-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
1st and 10 for Lakin. Clock is still running. 54-0. Tough night for the Lakin Broncs.
And
you want to get out of here and keep everybody healthy and go home and work on your weaker things you got to work on.
Lakin with a new quarterback, Maddox Beltran, in the lineup for the Broncs. To finish out the final 7 minutes of this ball game.
So under the ball, snap, handoff right side into the pile, picks up a few. Pretty decent gain on 1st down, maybe 5. About 5 yards, a little short of 5. So it'll be 2nd down now, and we'll call it close to 6. So Maddox is a sophomore, getting some experience in there. Since Servando Gonzalez is a senior this year, he started 3 years for the Lakin Broncs. So up will they come. Man in motion coming our way. Snap. Quarterback keeper turns inside, still on his feet.
Got away from the block, the tacklers.
Good tackle, or good effort, and I think he got the 1st down.
1st and 10.
Did a nice little spin move there.
Maddox a little slow getting up there as well, but coming over to get the play.
Our old high school football coach, he was a hard-nosed little guy. He'd say, if you want to lay around on the football field and act like you're hurt and want for the cheerleaders to yell for you, go find another football team to play on. And he meant it. These guys get up too. I mean, we got up. We didn't mess around. Handoff off the right side, yard or two there.
Alan Martinez off the right side. Going to gain a couple on the play.
So it's going to be 2nd down now. Clock at 5 minutes. 5 minutes to go in the game.
One thing too, the band has done a lot of playing during the action.
Right.
In Kansas, you're not playing during action.
Really?
And I don't know that it's too much of a distraction anyway. But I've noticed it in the background. Their drum line's been playing during the plays and things like that. In Kansas, you don't do that.
Handoff.
I think that might have been a broken play. Maddox, I think, was looking to give that up the gut, and
I think the band, they must have heard you. They quit playing.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I just something. Like I said, it's not distracting. And I tell you what, half the time on the football field, a player may tell you, you know, I didn't even hear it. So.
No, you don't pay attention.
But it's just odd, you know, just how different states have just different rules, how they run their games. You know, you go watch a basketball game in the state of Oklahoma, and They don't have a Rule 52, so the fans can be as unruly as they want to be.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They don't have a Rule 52 in Oklahoma.
Wow.
We played Guyman when Jared, I think, was a sophomore, maybe a sophomore. Holy cow.
Wow.
I mean, their student body was all over our guys just warming up. Yeah. Gain of about 4 on the play. So it's just really weird how different states have different governing rules.
It's 4th down, and they've got about 4 yards to go. Clock's running at 3:25, and they're not going to punt it. They're just going to go ahead and go for it. So Lakin with the ball. Just one of those nights. They run into a buzzsaw tonight, that's all I can say. Whiteouts to the left and to the right. Quarterback keeper, right side. Wow, he's off to the races. Down the right sideline, still on his feet. Is he going to?
Oh, got tripped up at the end. Nice run by Maddox, keeping it around the right side. And I'll tell you what, just a shoelace kept him from scoring.
Oh, yeah, and I wanted him to get that in there, at least get some points on the board.
Nice play on 4th and 4.
Well, he's got some wheels on him. He's not a very big kid, but he's got some wheels. Wow, where's the ball? I can't tell from this angle where it's spotted.
1st and goal from right at the 10-yard line.
Okay. Hope they get it in there. That was the biggest play they had all night. That was a nice play. Waiting for the snap. Man in motion coming our way. And handoff, just ran into a couple of blue guys.
Up the middle. Martinez on the carry.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't either. That was Jeremy Orpiza. Yeah, a lot of the starters are go ahead and punch it in. Get rid of that goose egg up there.
Yep.
A little bit of something at the end of the game to feel good about.
Thinking, boy, I'm going to have to get in my bag and get that other glass of water I've got and look over and it's sitting on the windowsill. Nothing like getting old. You don't remember nothing. Way on the snap. Oops, mishandled the snap, and it went on the ground, and he picked it up and just drove back again.
And that destroys a play before it even gets started when you drop a snap.
They got time for about one more play. We got a minute 14, 13, 12.
You can get a couple out of a minute.
Man, they're going to have to hassle to do that.
I bet you supper they do it.
40-second time clock, play clock down here.
I bet you supper that.
What do you think, Coach? That was a good play they just ran there. That was a nice play. Maddox, he's got some wheels under him.
3rd and goal from the Stratford 14-yard line now.
They got 41 seconds. Come on, guys, get one in there. That's it. Roll out, little pass, and tipped and goes out of bounds.
Got it.
Who did?
They caught it.
Really?
Orpiza with the catch on the sideline. Clock continues to run.
Hurry up, guys. You got one more chance to get that thing in there.
4th and goal, so.
4th and goal.
Come on, guys. 16, don't make a liar 15, out of me. Let's 14. Run one more. It's going to be short, and that's going to do it.
That is going to do it.
Clock is going to run out. The Broncs are going to end on the Stratford 11-yard line, and that is the ball game.
Your 4th quarter tonight has been brought to you by the Golden Plains Credit Union.
Refinance your auto loan at Golden Plains Credit Union. You could lower your current auto loan rate by 2% with no payments for up to 90 days. Rates can be as low as 3.25% annual percentage rate. This offer applies to loans financed from another lender. Think of all the money you could be saving every month. This is a limited time offer, so stop by and ask about refinancing your auto loan today. Golden Plains Credit Union. Life with a touch of gold. Member NCUA.
Thank you very, very much, Golden Plains Credit Union. Your post-game thoughts, recap, and coach's interview. That is brought to you by Hendricks Welding.
Oh, this stupid When it's time to do that welding, don't do it yourself and make a mess out of it. Call Hendricks Professional Welding Service in Lakin. On the farm, on the ranch, or at your place, or at Hendricks Welding 3 miles west of Lakin. Welding done right the professional way. Call Brad Hendricks at Hendricks Welding at 355-6734. That's Hendricks Welding. Don't do it yourself and make a mess. Just call old Brad.
Yeah, don't make a mess out of it, Weldon, and just call Brad and he'll fix it up for you. Absolutely do it right.
Boy, no kidding.
Yeah,
Yep.
Good welder.
Does a good job.
Does a good job.
Definitely does.
So anyway, we're post-game now. Ran the clock here in the second half. Come out with it 54-0 for Lakin, but they were trying there at the end. They never gave up. Never had their heads down. Never were cheap-shotting people out there. So they, they were good sportsmen. They played well. So, I wouldn't say they played well. I would say they were good sportsmen tonight.
Well, Lakin just ran into a very good football team tonight. Lakin didn't have any answers for it, but you make the drive down here. You know Stratford's got a tradition. Stratford's good traditionally every year. They go deep in the Texas playoffs. And, it's not – there's no excuses for it or anything like that. They just were the better team tonight, and that's just bottom line.
I'm looking down there, and I see 6 or 7 coaches.
I'll tell you what, they got a coaching staff for no bigger than the school is and their squad is. They've got a coaching staff of about 7 guys down there in coaching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9
that I count there.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of coaches.
That's a lot of people down there.
Well, your post-game thoughts and recap, we're kind of talking about that. Lakin just never got out of the box at all tonight.
No.
And ran into a football team that's very aggressive. They're very good. They're very physical, and they're very fast. So they've got all the tools you need to have a great football team. And, they do have a great football team. One of the better teams I've seen for a long time.
Yeah. And like I said, Lakin just ran into a better team tonight. And the thing about it is now Lakin's 1-1, get ready to go back home against Goodland next week. It's one of those that Marty Schottenheimer, the old coach of the Chiefs, used to say there's a midnight rule and we're going to flush it.
Yeah.
You know what? Learn from this. Go back and watch some film. Don't worry about what Stratford did. Worry about what you do. Come back next week and try to right the ship for Goodland.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, next week is Goodland. Then the week after that, district play starts already. So that's the meat of the season that you want to work towards, possibly the postseason, that you want to be good in your district to try to get that first-round home game in Week 9. So, it's one of those deals right now. Just go back, review it, forget Stratford. New schedule next year probably won't have Stratford on your schedule. So forget about this, move on from it, and get set for your final 6 games of the season. Because like I said earlier, these games just goes by faster every year. So
and I'm going to be watching Stratford every week just catch up with what's going on with them because I want to see how far they're going to go down here in Texas. I think they could go a very long ways.
They very well could be. They're in a small school division. They very well could go a long ways. But you know what? I'm going to do like I told the team. I'm going to forget Stratford and we're going to move on.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. But I think it'd be interesting to see how far they go.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're waiting for the coach to come over. He's down there talking to his kids. You got to kind of have a little heart-to-heart with them when you get beat up like this and try to encourage them. And and he's probably telling them what you just told them. Get on the bus and forget this.
Yep. Let's get on
the
bus.
Learn a couple lessons from it and just get on the bus and go home. That's what needs to be happening. So anyway, that's what they're doing there. Next week, you said Goodland's coming to Lakin on the new turf.
To Lakin. Yep.
And Goodland might be pretty good again. Sound like they
took it on the chin last week, and I think they may have had Norton tonight. So a couple tough games to open their season. But Bronx have broke their huddle, and tell you what, let's go to a break. Our post-game thoughts and recap, and well, we don't have to go to a break because we're going to talk to the coach. But if you'd hand me that wireless headset down there.
Well, you can turn your. I put my thingy-dingy up. I didn't know you were going to use it. My transmitter.
Well, I've got this one.
Oh, okay.
So we need to plug in blue.
Plug in blue. Sound like a surgery.
Yeah.
Blue cable.
Blue cable here. We'll plug that in. And I think I might have to. I'm not sure.
You got new batteries in there or not?
Yeah, I've replaced them last week. So let me.
So is it on?
Yep.
Okay, let's throw the cable out the window. There we go. So we're going to try to get a hold of Coach Bamber. Have a talk with him. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? So you got the blue one going in, right? So you got to switch something around for you can hear you better.
There, can you hear me better? Testing.
I think I can.
Okay, you hear me better now? Can you hear me now?
I think I can.
Okay, let me turn your wireless mic on. There you go.
Yep, I can hear it. So heading down there, we didn't really discuss it, but I know who I'm giving the player of the game to,
Okay.
so I'll
That'd be
just
good.
give it.
That'll be good.
Kids are already leaving, so I'll have to give it to Coach to give it to him.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, I was looking, just to let you know, I was looking at Tyler Tarpley as our player of the game because, you know, a lot of things didn't happen right for the Bronx tonight, but it just seemed like Tyler Tarpley was flying all over the field in that defensive backfield.
Yeah,
So,
I think he was too, and he made a good effort out there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but, you know, I can go for that. Absolutely.
I don't know if I can scale this fence or not, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I've got to try to find your, there you go, right there.
Okay, Coach is right down here, JD, and I'm
Okay.
going to.
Okay, I got her out,
You
ready
want
to
to come
go.
up or you want me to come down?
We got a big fence down here. Here, come over and let me take a look.
Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Okay,
she's going to run it down and.
There you
put us
are, and
on.
I can see
Okay.
it. There you are. There you
All
are.
right. All right. All right, JD, we're down here with the coach, and Coach, one of those games that every team will run into, but ran into a better team tonight.
That's a hell of a football team over there. That's a really good football team, really well coached, played very hard. I do think that there was a lot of areas where we probably didn't help ourselves in a lot of situations, but that is a really good football team.
And one thing I told JD during our, part of our post game, it's one of those games. A loss like this is going to hurt, but it needs to hurt just long enough to get on the bus, because guess what? Now you've got another team coming back to Lakin. You get to go back home next week. But believe it or not, in 2 weeks, district play starts already. Stratford has nothing to do with what the Bronx need to do the rest of the season. Maybe look at it, don't dwell on it, but just try to build off of it, because for one, you're not going to see another Stratford for a week or two, and it's just something now. Just try to build off of.
I hope we don't see another Stratford for a year or 2 or 3 or 20.
Yeah.
No, but on realistically though, we told the kids, and I think we've talked about it before. You either win or you learn, and we can't allow Stratford to beat us twice. We can't allow Stratford to beat us again. We've got to allow this to be a learning experience, and film's not going to be fun. But we have to learn from it, and there can be something that we can learn, from this experience.
And that's what this is, a type of football team that Lakin could look at it and, hey, this is what I want to become. And it has nothing to do with preparation, anything like that. I think it's going to come down to right now is just a mindset that, hey, this is what we want to do. Now, you're not going to become a Stratford overnight, but that's games like this can only make you tougher as you go down the road. But going back to the ball game, there were some positives and, some things you say that just Lakin didn't help themselves in a lot of situations, but it was really tough. Like I said last week, the offensive line and defensive lines were very tough against Elkhart, but coming down here tonight, it was turned the other way. Stratford fired off the ball. They were very, very physical on that line.
Yeah, that's one of the more sound offensive and defensive lines, offensive line especially, that I've seen in a long time. They were a very complete front. And they played very sound. They played with great pad level. They had good size, and they moved well. They were a great combination, and they gave us a lot of fits. They gave us a lot of fits tonight.
One of the things that we like to do is our player of the game, but one player I thought on the defensive side, and of course Lakin gave up 54 points, but Tyler Tarpley is not one of the biggest players out on the field, but I thought he did a lot of good things in the defensive backfield once the runners get to that second level, but I thought he was busy back there.
Yeah, Tarp's a kid. He's undersized every night. Every night we take the field, he's going to be one of the smaller guys on the field. And I think the beauty of this game is it takes a lot of courage to play. And, Tarpley takes the field every Friday night, and obviously that shows a lot of courage in him. So I'm proud of him for that.
Well, like you said, a disappointing finish to tonight's game, but if you wouldn't mind, if you give that to Tyler in the locker room, the team shot off pretty quick, and we've got a 2.5-hour trip home, so we want to get on the bus and get going. But as always, Coach, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and we'll look forward to a better conversation next week.
I hope so. That one got away from us last year. Let's see if we can build on it and put something together next Friday.
You betcha, Coach. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you. Well, JD, that's going to wrap it up here from Stratford. Not the finish that we were looking for, but nonetheless, like Coach says, a learning experience, and the Broncs will build on it, and we'll get set for Goodland next week. So, JD, good call tonight. Enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and get us out of here.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you all for watching tonight on LakinSports.com and Lakin Bronc Sports on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our sponsors. Don't forget, next Friday night, Goodland rolls into Lakin for a big game for both teams. Lakin Sports has been bringing you Lakin High School sports on the internet for many years and is proud of sharing Lakin High School events with you. Without the great support of the businesses that sponsor Lakin Sports, this would have not been possible. A huge thank you goes out to the Lakin Recreation Commission, Pioneer Communications, Lakin Hay and the Lakin Dairy, Fred Ritzema, and the Stampede, along with the Kearney County Bank and the Garden City State Bank, the Agency of Lakin and Garden City, Farm Bureau Financial Services of Lakin, Nikki Harris, Flashbacks Diner of Lakin, Lakin Drug, Shelter Insurance Gwen Wechter, and the Golden Plains Credit Union. Thank you, sponsors, and thank you for watching and making Lakin Sports such a huge success. LakinSports.com, the home of Lakin High School sports.